Good morning, students. Today, I'm going to start you the next concept of artificial intelligence. So this concept is basically on the problems of artificial intelligence. Here, the problems of artificial intelligence needs to be formulated. That means we need to design that how can we design a problem of artificial intelligence. And after designing the problem, after defining the problem, we need to solve the problem accordingly. So, well, previously in the last class, we have discussed the concept of agents. So, if you want to refer the class of previous class in detail, you can visit my previous class. I'll be giving you the link for in the description. You can check the link for the previous class. So, just I want to let you know about the previous class. In that, I have explained you about the concept of agents, and you can see there are various types of agents which I covered. So in that it is reflex agents, goal based agents, utility based agents, and learning agents. So if you see goal based agents, so what is goal based agents? As I covered previously, so if you see this goal based agents, ultimately whatever we are doing on an agent and whatever the information which we are receiving from environment through sensors, and whatever we are achieving the task, there is a goal, there is an associated goal. So using that goal, making goal into consideration, we are solving the problem, and we are getting the desired goal. So the ultimate output of the given problem is to have to achieve a goal. So this goal based agents is actually being used here while defining a problem. So like I introduced you all about agents concept, so you can refer anyhow. So but today we're going to see about the concept of problem solving. So as I said you that problem solving. So first we need to know that how can a problem can be defined in artificial intelligence. That means if you see that any problem, whatever we are designing, the problem there are some rules which has to be followed while designing a problem. Generally, we used to focus on only the solution of a problem. But here, in order to develop any application which is based on artificial intelligence, the first foremost thing what any one of them has to do is they need to design a problem. That means if I want to design a problem, that means I have to perform some kind of checks by which I can say that the problem has defined well. So how can one can say that a problem is well defined? Okay, so if you see, every problem have an initial state. See, in the previous class of agents, as I explained you that there are multiple states will be there. The information whatever we are receiving from the environment through sensor is your initial state. So initial state basically is an input for a problem. That means you can also say that where an agent starts to perform the search operation. What do you mean by search? Here everyone get the search is to find something, but here the search is to reach the goal state. That means in between initial state and in between goal state, there are lots of other states will also be there. That means you have to choose ultimately the goal state. That means our condition is to reach the goal state. So in the first thing is that you need to define an initial state where the problem going to be get started. That means agent is only the agent is how where the problem going to be defined. And especially I said you about the goal based agents. Now if you see the next part of the problem, how which you can define is the actions. Okay, actions. So what are actions? That means, for example, as you are initially in the initial state, in order to go to the next state, you have to perform some sort of actions. So that actions are actually applicable in every state in order to get to the next new state. So that means some are set of actions will be there in a particular state. That means whatever the things which you are performing in a state, that is actually called as an action. And the transition model, the third is what? Transition model. Transition means changing from one state to another state. So transition model is something like a model in which what happens is, there are, for example, initial state is there and goal state is there, and it requires multiple intermediate states. So what happens is, what will happen in each of the state, their actions which are being associated. So that set of actions, what all of them, that means because the group of actions which are to be performed in every state will be considered into transition model. And finally, as I said you that it achieves the property of goal-based test. So that means goal-based agents. So finally, in that we are reaching to the goal state. The goal test is whether the given state is in a goal state or not. Okay, goal test means to determine whether the given state is in a goal state or not. For example, if the goal state test says that it is not successful, that means further it performs transition. Because if goal test says that you haven't reached at goal state, that means then further transitions are required in order to reach the goal state. So this goal test is something which will give you as a Boolean value whether, that means either it is true or false. True means it is successful, that means you reach to the goal state, and false is something where you haven't till now reached to the goal state. Now this path cost is the last part, and at some instances it requires, the path which is associated, the cost which is associated with for each path. For example, if there are 5 states, that means including initial state and the goal state, that means what happens, if you are moving from initial state to the second state, there is some associated cost to that. So that as a cost, including all of that, will be considered to be as a path cost. For example, if a state, this is, for example, this is your initial state, and the next state is something intermediate state. So you can see there are 3 states we have taken. Let us assume A as your initial state and C as your goal state. That means what the path cost is, for example, from A to B, it requires a cost is 3, and here it requires the cost is 2. So the path cost is totally from A to C, it will be considered. That means you can have 5 as a total cost, that is your path cost. So this path cost is applicable. For example, there is another way by which you can reach to C. If you see this path from A to D and D to C, there is another path, and the path cost will be here as 7. So if you see both the paths, the path from A to B and B to C, or else it is from A to D and D to C, the less the cost is from A to B and B to C. So here, because the path cost is 5, so whenever you are deciding which path has to be considered, so here we need to take the path cost which have a less cost. So because the performance of the performance of a problem can be achieved based on the path which is based on the cost which is associated with that. So that's why we need to take in all of this into consideration. So this is how, whenever if you define a problem, you have to consider all of these things. So now the next part is state space. So what do you mean by state space? Okay, that is very important. State, you know that multiple states are there, like initial state will be there, goal states will be there, and intermediate states will be there, right? Like A is your initial, in the example which I showed you, C is your goal and B is your intermediate state. But there are some intermediate states also there. So what is state space? Okay, so this is how which we need to know what this space calls to be here. So if you see the previous one, initial state, actions, transition model, goal, test, path, cost, all of these are what? That are components in order to define a problem. So if you combine all of this, like initial state, actions, transition model, implicitly, okay, I'm using implicitly, I'll let you know why I'm using implicitly, and there is another term called explicit also. So there is a difference between implicit and explicit. So I'll let you know why I'm using the term here implicitly. So implicitly define the state space of the problem. That means if anyone wants to say that what can be the state space of the problem, means you have to define its initial state, you have to define its goal state, you have to define the actions, transition models, and the associated cost of the path. So all of this calls to be as a state space, very important part, and this very important topic even. What is that state space? So now state space forms a directed network or a graph. So for example, why I am saying as a network or a graph, if you see here you can see something, there is a network has been formed, that means connections have been there. Whenever a connection has to be established between the different states, you will be looking like as a network of states. So if you see this diagram, you may find a network of states, okay, or else you can also represent them as a graph. Okay, so the state space, so this is what your state space. So this is what your possible state space. State space means all of the states, like we have the 4 states A, B, C, D, and all of these 4 states I considered. But there is another question, that how you are reaching from A to C is a different thing. But state space means all the states has to be provided. So the state space forms a network or graph. You can assume them as a graph in which the nodes are states, right? In which the nodes are states. So here A, B, C, D are what? No, what are these states? Because these are nodes. And the actions from, means it is directed. It is how something a directed network where you are showing the direction, it is from A to B or B to C. So what is the action? That action is from, it is moving a node from A to B. So this is how an action. So this action or the states are the part of state space. And a path in the state space is sequence of states, isn't it or not? If for example A to C is a path, A to C is a path means it's a collection of different nodes A, B, C. Also the actions is how it is moving is from A to B or B to C. And also there is a value which is associated with that is 3 or 2. So in that way a path will be there. So this is about a state space. Okay. Next is, there is an example like you can travel in Romania. For example, consider a scenario that you are in holiday in Romania and currently you are in Arad, right? There is a city, there is a place of Arad in Romania, and there is one flight which leaves you from Arad to Bucharest, that is tomorrow. Now what is your goal? You have to reach in the Bucharest, right? This is how you are formulating a goal. Now, this is, you know what is the goal is? This one. The goal is to reach to this place, right? So now you define the goal. And what is your current state? That is initial state. What is your initial state? That you are in this location. Now you need to reach from this location to this location. That means this is your goal. Now imagine like this both are what the places, cities. So now ultimately the other places can also be a cities, right? So if you want to formulate a problem, now because we are discussing that how a problem has to be formed, so here we need to list out the states, what are the different kinds of states. So if you see the cities, the different cities can also be there that are called to be as states. What actions you can do? The actions you can perform from one city to another city is that you have to drive from one city to another city. This is what your action. Okay. So now you got a state space. What you got a state space? State space components. Because you know state space components like for defining a problem we require some components. So we got a component, we got initial state, we got action, and the transition model means how it is moving, that is how we will see. Goal test means what is your goal destination, and the path cost means the distance between the two cities, because based on the distance only, you know, the shortest path can be taken. Might be there are various other locations by which you can visit the particular destination, but you have to see all of these things. So now how to find the solution? So this is how something which we formulate a problem. Now the thing is that how to find a solution. How to find a solution means as a human being, for example, if you see this network of cities, network of places in Romania, that means, for example, this is your initial state. This is what your initial state, and this is what your destination state. Now you can know, because you are human, you can know that how can you visit. You can, by seeing only, you can analyze that what are the places by which you can visit and what can be the shortest path in that way in order to visit to the given destination. But the thing is that here we are not doing the thing. We are making what? We are implementing AI techniques here in order to calculate that what will be the shortest path and what are the intermediate states. Okay, according to our example, like how to find a solution means we generally thought that this is what your path here. That means if you start from the journey from this location, then you have to visit to this location. You have to visit to this location, and again you have to visit to this location. So from here to here you are visiting to the destination. Okay, and of course for each between two cities there can be the distance. So the distance we need to consider, and we need to find out which is the optimal solution. Optimal solution means it will not be the best one. It will be the a good solution where among multiple solutions. Okay, optimal solution means you have to consider the time complexity and a space complexity. Based on the time complexity and a space complexity, what best fits for your destination, the path will be taken as an optimal solution. So we as a human, we know that how can we go to the given destination, but here is something which you have to, by which you have to develop some kind of AI techniques through which it calculates the best one, or it calculates the destination at least. So this is how just a real-time example of how can you reach from one source, from one place to another place, or else from source to destination. Might be there are various other ways by which you can perform that well. So this is how something in Google Maps also we can see if you want to go from one source to another, from a source to destination, that is from one location to another location, the techniques which are being adopted by the Google Maps will let you know that which is an optimal path in terms of the time and in terms of the space complexity. Okay, that means it will give you an optimal solution that this can be the better one. So in that way, you have that we are not defining right here in Google Maps also, the same thing here have to be developed. So this is just what an example where you are formulating a goal. Goal means where you have to decide that this is just an example that how can you frame a problem. Here we are discussing on framing a problem, not on the answers. That's why I'm not focused much more on the solution. I'm just thinking that how can I formulate a problem. So this is what I need to consider here in this case. So if you see now, this is just an example of one of the example where I am formulating a problem. So if you see how to formulate problem, this is very important part, that what are the things by which you need to consider in order to formulate a problems. So if you see the first point, anytime whenever you are formulating a problem, like for example here in the example we are reaching to Bucharest, what you have to consider is in terms of initial states. We have to know that what is the initial state, that means from the source, what actions means how you are visiting, what is the transition model. Transition model, like a set of actions what you are performing. The goal test, that means the goal test means whether you reach to this destination or not. The goal test, what is the goal test here? The goal test is whether you have reached to this place or not. So this is what your goal test. And the path cost. The path cost is how much the distance has been taken from this location to this point, from this point to this point, and from this point to this point. So the total cost path is what your path cost. So whenever you are formulating a problem, it seems very reasonable that it is how like we need to consider as an abstract model. Abstract is something that we are leaving out, we are removing such kind of representation which are not relevant to the problem. Like if you consider this example, that you are traveling a place from one location to another location. So we are abstracting the process. How we are abstracting? We are not considering that what are the traveling companions, who are the persons along with the person who is going from that location to another location, or else you can have multiple things on that, like if you consider the condition of the road, the current radio program, and also like how the scenery will be there out of the window, either you are going through a bus or a car or from wherever you need, okay, either through from a flight, because here I think flight is there, so through a flight. So and also many things will be there. For example, if you are going through a road by car or by bus, then you have to know the condition of the road. The weather also has to be focused in any type of transport, whatever you are using. So all these are the informations which are not relevant with the actual problem, that are very much irrelevant to the problem. So that's why we are removing such kind of details which are not required in order to formulate my problem. So that kind of process by which I want to remove such kind of information which are not at all required in order to design a problem or in order to formulate a problem. Formulating means designing a problem. So that designing a problem, so that process of removing such kind of details, such kind of information from my representation is called as abstraction. So this is how abstraction means here. And if I say that abstraction means you are removing the unwanted information from the given set of details. So in this way you need to formulate a problem. That means formulating a problems, you have to consider only the abstract description. You shouldn't consider all such kind of informations which are not directly associated with the problem. So this is regarding the formulating of problems. Next, if you see the problems, Like this is how we need to design a problem. Okay, design up. The next is what are the different types of problems which you can have in while developing any AI technique on any kind of application. The first thing is that single state problem. Single state problem means, for example, if a problem will have just one state only, it won't have more than one state. So such kind of problems where you just have only one state or only single state performing kind of things will be happen, that is called as single state problem. So there are properties in that single state, like in that one, what type of environment is required for single state problem. So from here to here, if you see now, if you see this, all these four qualities, observable, are deterministic, are static, are discrete, are what the different types of environment on which this kind of problem works. Okay. So here it is like I said you in the previous class that the state can be observable or partially observable. Observable means a complete control on the environment. That means whenever an agent is working on that environment, like I said you chessboard, right? Also chessboard, you know that a complete you can view the environment of the chessboard. You know how it is like performing, what are the steps has to be performed. So that means it is how a complete observable environment. Deterministic, if I say deterministic means, deterministic is something that if I take one state and using that action I can determine another state. So single state means at one time only one state can be there. It won't have multiple states at a single time. You're getting my point? Okay, so it have a single state at once. So deterministic means you can determine the next state based on the current state and based on the set of actions which you are performing on the current state in order to determine it will determine the next state. Okay. So static. So static means it won't be changed. Static means the environment doesn't get changed here. For example, like if you are driving a car, the environment will get changed rapidly, right? It won't be the same environment. For example, if you are in one location, the environment will be, that means the environment is something like the roads, the like how the process, the roads will be there, the motor vehicles along with us. So you know it will be changed rapidly, so it won't be considered as a static environment. Static environment means, for example, the chessboard will be there. Until and unless you finish the game, it will be the same environment. That's why it is static environment. Okay. And also it will be discrete. Discrete means here finite number of steps will be there, finite number of states will be there. Okay, there won't be any infinite number of states. That means you know that okay, this many number of states can be there in that one. So that is how the discrete property. So this is how something which will exist in the single state problem. Like if you see the next part, multiple state problem. If you see in the multiple state problem, here it is partially observable. Partially means it won't have a complete control on the environment. Okay, so that's why it is partially observable. Okay, and also deterministic is as like as the same one. You can determine the next step. Static and discrete. So all of this property will be same as like as that one. Only the difference comes here is that it is partially observable. Here it is complete observable or fully observable. Next is the next problem is contingency problem. In contingency problem, what happens here is again it also as like as the previous problem, that is here it is partially observable, but there is no guarantee that you can determine the next step, next state or not in contingency problem. That's why it is non-deterministic. In non-deterministic, you cannot determine the next step. So all these problems can be existed, and these are what the categories of the problems, and this yeah. So this is how something about the types of problems. Now if you say, if I say you the single state problem formulation, for example, if I want to take single state problem, that means if I want to design a single state problem, how should I define? I should define in a way that, for example, if you say initial state, you just have a single state. That is, if you see the previous example, like we are in this location, this is your initial state, so that's initial state already I have taken here. This is your initial state, the source from where the journey starts. And successor function is denoted as S. Successor function here is means a function where it will give you a valid result, and it will give you it let you know that how can you reach to the next step in order to reach the destination. So here if you see this one, see from here, from this array 2 you can visit to Zerin, or else you can visit to Sibiu, right? Okay, so or else you can also visit to Timisoara. So you can visit any of this location, either this or either that. So you can take, like either you can visit to this location, either you can visit to this location, either to the third location which I said you. So this is what your successor function. That means from then again you need to check. So this is how something that you don't know what can be the path. So that's why I said you that previously that it is implicitly, okay, state space defined implicitly, but in this example you can take as consider as explicit. Okay, anyhow I'll let you know the difference between implicit and explicit. So the goal test is, what is your goal test? Whether you are reaching to this location or not. If you are reaching to this location Bucharest, that means if you reach there, then it is how you have successfully reached to this location. Or else if you say vacuum cleaner, the goal test is that the location wherever your machine is there, you shouldn't have any dirt. If you know that you shouldn't have a dirt, then no dirt is there, then that is called as implicit test. Okay, for this two things, so for these two things, anyhow I'll let you discuss you about what is explicit and implicit. Okay, why this vacuum cleaner a part of implicit state space, and here it is explicit part, and the path cost is optional. Okay, it optional is because in this case, in this traveling case, it is required, but somehow in some other case it won't be required. Okay, that's why the path cost can be optional, right? So in this way, single state problem you can design the way. Now if you see the solution, so what can be the solution of this single state is, you have to reach from initial state to goal states by using some set of operators. Okay, so that is what the solution. Now selecting a state space, I have said you that state space always use an abstract model. Okay, abstract model means it hides the irrelevant information while designing a problem on AI. So that's why here the state space, whatever you are taking, should be abstracted for problem solving. Abstracted means removing the unwanted information from that one. And the state, whatever the states which you are taking, state space means it's a collection of state, right? So state space also have an abstract state. That means it should have a real states where it doesn't have an irrelevant information. Also it have an operator. So the operator also, it should be an abstract. Operator means the actions, whatever the actions which you are performing from one state to another state, or a state with actions leads to another state, is what your operator. For example, if you are in this location Arhat and you are traveling from this location to Zerin, so the traveling is what your operation, action. So this action of traveling from this location to this location, from this location to this location, is what your action. So action along with the initial state gives you the next state, that is Zerin. So there can be multiple possible routes can also be there, but this is just a sample I have taken you. And I am not providing that information that how you are reaching, okay, what was the condition of the road. I am not saying you if you are going in a car. Or else if you are going in any of the communication, transport communication, that also I am not specifying here. My intention is to reach from this location to this location. And the action what I am doing is only traveling. So that's why I am using abstract, I am using an abstract term here. And the solution of this is also should be an abstract one. That means it should just specify the path of reaching from one location to another location, okay, and in the real world we are taking that conditions only. So in this way you have to select a state space and you need to design or you need to formulate a problem, okay. So this is about this class. Well, in the next class I will give you some more examples of some problems are there, so by which I will let you know that how can you design how can you formulate a problem on that, okay. So this completes your session. Thank you.